They say the flood was God's punishment for human corruption. But what if I told you there was another war before the rain ever fell? A war so violent, so heartbreaking that heaven itself wept in silence. Imagine this. The ark stands half-built, surrounded by roaring thunder. Massive silhouettes begin to move the Nephilim. The giants, desperate, angry, sworn to destroy the ark. But then, a being radiant and burning with sorrow descends from the heavens. An angel who will fight not to destroy, but to protect. His story was erased from Scripture. Today, you'll hear it. What happens when heaven sends one of its own to fight the children of angels? The world drowned in violence before the world drowned in water. It drowned in violence. The world God called good had been corrupted by the Nephilim, the giants born of the fallen angels, the Watchers, and human women. These giants ruled like kings, demanding worship and devouring the earth, their hunger knowing no end. Heaven watched in silence, grieving what their brothers had done. For centuries, God waited. For mercy always comes before wrath, but mercy has its limit. The vow and the guardian, when Noah, the last righteous man, built the ark. The giants mocked him, but as the clouds darkened, their laughter turned to fear. They saw the ark not as a boat, but as a coffin for their kind. Beneath Mount Hermon, the last king of Bashan swore an oath. We will destroy the ark and kill Noah before the first drop of rain touches the ground. Far above, one angel stood before the throne. He was ancient, older than the flood, and it wept when his brothers fell. God spoke, "Go, protect my servant. Let no hand touch the ark. You will not destroy the giants, only delay them. Mercy must come before judgment." A went alone. His descent was like the birth of a storm. Noah fell to his knees as a being of immense glory stepped down from heaven, wings blazing with silver fire. The clash of forces, the giants moved through the mist like walking mountains, their roars shaking the valleys. Then, silence. A single figure stood before them, radiant, still, unflinching. The angel's wings stretched wide enough to shadow the valley. He looked upon the Nephilim, the children of his fallen brothers, and whispered, "How far you've fallen." Og, towering above the trees, challenged him. "Why protect the worms? Why fight your own blood?" The angel's reply was calm as thunder before the storm. "Because mercy still lives, and heaven has not forgotten love." Og swung a tree, splitting the earth where it struck. The angel caught it mid-swing, and the storm began. This was not merely a battle of flesh and blood. It was a clash between corruption and holiness. The sacred restraint lightning tore across the clouds. Every strike from the giants sent shockwaves through the ground. The angel, filled with the power of the one who sent him, shattered the shadows with light. But this was not a story of triumph. It was a story of restraint. The angel's mission was not to kill, but to preserve. He held back his strength, balancing power and obedience. The giants fought with overwhelming fury. Yet the ark stood untouched. They could not overcome the will of God. The storm gathered behind him like a wall of divine fire. The angel lifted his gaze, knowing his task was complete. The ark was safe. Heaven's tears and the ascent, the rain began. The first drop fell like a tear upon the dust, and the angel knew the war had ended. Not with victory, but with silence. He watched the waters consume the corrupted world. The flood was not an act of hatred. It was an act of cleansing, a reset. It was heaven's tears made visible. For 40 days, he remained a silent guardian. He learned that obedience meant bearing the weight of what must be done, even when the heart wished it didn't have to happen. When the waters peaked, the rainbow, the covenant of remembrance, began to form. The angel's mission was fulfilled. The unseen war continues. The angel returned to heaven, not as an unshaken soldier, but as one burdened and changed. In the silence of the courts of light, he found the profound truth. Divine mercy often looks like war, but it is always born of love. But as peace settled across the heavens, a restless shadow lingered. The bodies of the Nephilim had drowned, but their spirits remained, half human, half divine, condemned to wander the earth. These were the whispers in the wind, the first demons. The angel realized his mission was not over, for evil does not end when it is destroyed. It ends when it is understood and replaced with light. It made a vow to stand unseen, guarding the descendants of those Noah saved. Because if the giants left behind their curse, heaven would leave behind its guardian. If this untold story stirred your spirit, if you recognize the cost of salvation, do not let this truth pass by. 1. Like this video right now, to honor the angel's sacrifice. 2. Subscribe and click the bell icon so you do unmiss any of our deep dives here on Bible Mysteries. 3. Share this with someone who needs to know that God fought a war to save them.